a lot of kids and everything don't know, you and your agent and your group were beyond this time. If that HSI group was in this era with the show you guys had and what you guys were doing, you guys would be probably the most popular group on the planet. Like, you wouldn't be able to walk outside.
Y'all was our rock stars.
Y'all was rock stars. And they had a TV show and everything. They have video of him and Maurice Green betting who could run the slowest to get through a round to get to the finals. It'd be like, I'm going to run slower than you today. I'm going to try to run about 10 to 500 on it. That
was a first round thing. So in the first round, that was always the thing. It's like, okay, win your heat, right? It's the first round.
Yeah.
Win your heat, but in the slowest time. I always lost. Maurice always won. Because for some reason, he had the world record. So Mr. 979 show up, people were like, I ain't passing Maurice. So if you go back and look at Maurice's first round in Sydney, he ran like 10:23. I ran like 10:08 because people are on me.
Yeah.
But with him, it's like, I'm out tucking behind Maurice. But I have to give my coach and agent, the H&S and HSI, a lot of the credit. Yes, we had personalities. I always said we were like a boy band. Like Maurice, maybe you like Ato. You don't like Ato, maybe you like John Drummond. You don't like John Drummond, maybe you like somebody else.
But y'all like girls too. So it wasn't
girls
just
too.
y'all.
We had Ingram
Miller,
Tori. I'm not going to leave out the girls. Ingram Miller, Tori, a bunch, Angela Kirkland. But the thing is that Emmanuel Hudson, the H and HSI, had a vision. So when Eurosport comes to us in, like 2000 and says, we want to follow you guys for a reality show. He's like, absolutely. And some of the footage, they were in people's houses and they travel with us and they really, I look back at that stuff now and I go, look how before its time. It's like, we had a show before the Kardashians.
No,
that was way before its time.
We just was talking.
We had a
John.
video game.
Yeah, you did.
We had a video game. All of us, everybody represented in the game. And I think to myself, why isn't somebody doing that now? Are the opportunities not there? Or is somebody not breaking down those doors? But yeah, 25 years ago, that's what we were doing.
There is a group that is like that group, but that can do it, that I know can do it. Huh?
Who you talking about, MVP or Dennis's group?
Dennis's group.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But see, it becomes different. Here's the thing about HSI. In HSI, you had every athlete in the camp, same agent. See, Dennis doesn't have that.
No. Yeah.
Right? Because TT and Sha'Carri are HSI, but then Melissa is not, and then
Kenny's not. Yeah.
So it's a little more, it's a lot easier to do it when everybody is under the same umbrella.
Yeah, I think that's what made it great because you all were in the same umbrella, you all were in the same coach, and y'all came off like a team, a family.
Yes.
Right?
And we were.
Yeah.
We really were.
And that's what made it special. You don't see that in this day and age. Everybody wants to have a little bit of their own beat to the drum, The
sport's a little different now, and quite frankly, I think it was easier to exist as a team back then because you had a B circuit and you had a C circuit, and everybody was getting paid, and it was kind of, rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing. Because I know for a fact that there are a lot of people who, for example, were new into the group, and my deal gets done and Maurice's deal gets done. And he goes, but you got to take so-and-so. And you got to take this one. You got to take that one. So it became that everybody looked out for everybody else. It's a little different now. That B and C circuit has kind of dried up.
Yeah.
The money in the sport is not what it is. It would be a lot more difficult to do it, I think, today.
This is true. But like you said, you guys are like rock stars. And it worked solely because of that reason. But you guys, even though you are like family, you guys are like strategists too. There's stories of you, Maurice, and John Drummond. You would have antics of, okay, John, go ahead and fake the false start. Because this was under the 2 false start rule. And be like, get everybody out of their head. You and Maurice already knew this is what he was going to do. Y'all going to sit back, and when everybody on their P's and Q's, y'all 3 will try to take the whole race first, second, and third.
The game has to be played, right? The game has to be played. Look, we were 3 of the best starters in the game. Our second start ain't going to be any worse than the first. But we know that if we take one, somebody who's not a good starter is going to be nailed to the blocks. So it's like, come on, guys. Basically, let's make it start practice. Guess the first one. If you get it, goodbye. But if you don't, then your second start's not gonna be any worse. So yeah, there was of course, because the rule was different then, there was a lot more gamesmanship that could happen in that space. Now you guessing you're wrong, you'll be in the stands with us.
Did you feel like your dynamic of your team, because y'all had like a trifecta, right?
Yeah.
Was there anybody out there who really could be your opponents? Like, was there another group out there that was doing anything, not even to the level, but like all right, we gonna see y'all next time?
Of course, yeah. I mean, you had Dan Pfaff's group in Austin, Texas, and eventually that became Donovan and Bruni, and it was Oba. No. Look, it's track and field.
Yeah.
Somebody is waking up somewhere in the world and going, we want their medals. Mm-hmm. That's what makes our sport great.
This is true.
So no, there was always somebody coming. We may have had a little bit of time in there before people figured it out. Maybe between, I'd say HSI's peak years were probably like 98 to 01 or 02. It doesn't last long. You don't last long at the top in this business.
Yeah.
But for those 3 or 4 years, I mean, shoot, a lot of medals. Maurice was the world record holder. Inga was world champion. I was world champion. We certainly had a nice list of everybody's resume.
So even in that time, even though that was the best time, they say we go back to how you guys are rock stars. You guys, there's a story out there of you guys being in Monaco and riding around in fast cars, and one of your teammates crashed into a hotel, and you guys leave and didn't have to fit one piece of the bill because of connections. How true is this story?
Okay, first of all, Monaco, I have always said that I have been blessed in ways with Monaco that I didn't even understand. My very first year on the circuit was 95. And we come and we set up shop in Monaco. We make a deal with the hotel. And we are just going to like stay there, train in the stadium, leave our bags there, and travel to all the European meets. So we leave this week, we go to Lausanne, we come back, we go to Paris, we come back, we go to Berlin. So it's my first year on the circuit, and I'm like, this is how track and field is? I'm living in Monaco for the whole summer.
That's great. I
didn't realize until later, no. That doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah,
that specific story was one of those years, maybe 96, 97. John Drummond is driving a Boxster. I think I might have been in it. I might have been in the passenger seat. And every time I watch the Monaco Grand Prix, I go, oh, that used to be the Lowe's. That's where JD had his crash. Not only was it a crash, the car in front of him belonged to Prince Albert.
Wow.
And it's a manual. He puts it's in neutral, and he doesn't pull up the handbrake, and he gets out the car rolls and hits Prince Albert. Luckily, this is the old Prince Albert when he was like living the life with us. He was like, oh, please, I'll get it fixed. It literally was no problem. But at the time, it was like, oh my gosh, JD just ran into Prince Albert's car. No big deal. Hitting royalties vehicles.